Behind the Shades.
So you mentioned postpartum. So take us through that. And the reason why I ask is there are many women who go through it, and there's many women who have partners that are helping them along through that journey. And then there's people on the outside who may not even think it's a real thing. So
Right.
take us through that and describe how describe the situation, and then you can relate your experiences as well.
So when I brought him home from the hospital, I don't think I left the house with him by myself for probably, I took 9 weeks of maternity leave, and probably I would say probably for the whole entire 9, I never physically put him in the car by myself. Doctor's appointments my husband went to. I was petrified, probably more than anything, that somebody was going to take him from me. That's a real thing. I was afraid, okay, if somebody snatches him from me, there was no going to the grocery store and propping that baby up on that buggy. There was no going to Walmart. My husband went with me to doctor's appointments, and aside from putting him in the stroller and walking like around the neighborhood, we went nowhere together. And it was horrible because it was such almost a heavy weight on my chest. It was like, and I felt like I was being the best mama I knew how, but there had to be a better way. I mean, to the point of tears. He would cry, and I worked closely with his pediatrician, who probably thought I was crazy because I'm a nurse practitioner, but he got it. He understood. And it was just something that I felt helpless over because I have a wonderful husband who understood anxiety to as much as he can understand anxiety in women, but obviously men don't have babies, so they don't understand postpartum. It was crazy. And there was a lot of crying. There was a lot of, I've had 2 babies before, and I'm a nurse practitioner, but I don't know what to do here. Like, I don't have a clue. And so it just took me a little while to start exercise. Once I started exercising, and once I was like, okay, stop putting this crap in your body because it really is weighing on your anxiety. It's causing all these other issues. I had unrealistic expectations about breastfeeding. So that's a whole nother topic on its own. That didn't last very long. It lasted, but not long. And then I just kind of finally had to realize that I had to do some things for myself if I wanted to be the best mom that I could be, the best wife I could be. I still had this 21-year-old daughter at home that still she's very self-sufficient and in college, but also, she still needs her mom as well. So I had to be all these things to all these people and figure it out on my own, kind of. So and it's just, once I got back to work and could finally take a deep breath, I was like, whew, I've got to help other people. Like, I have to help other people know that just because you had a baby does not mean you have to wait a year for your hormones to be back in balance, because that's not normal. Like, it's not normal for us not to be able to enjoy our babies for a year because we're waiting on our bodies to get back to where they need to be. I think there's just a lot of education that needs to be done.
Was it you pulling from your experience and saying that I went through this, I have more than one child, there has to be a better way. Let me find that better way. Was it like a aha moment for you?
It was like an aha moment for me because in the traditional, so let me back up. My other 2 children, I was in my early 20s. I was not in healthcare at the time. I do remember having some postpartum anxiety, but nothing like this in my 40s. And it was an aha moment for me because after I went back to work, I really started paying attention to my women patients, to my postpartum mamas who quickly became my favorite patients, because I was so tired of hearing women say, you have a baby, you go to your OB after 6 weeks and you're done. You're done with them. Like, they make sure everything is okay where it needs to be physically, maybe give you a prescription for some Zoloft or some Prozac because you are having some postpartum depression, and then they send you on your way to your primary care provider. So a lot of them ended up in my office, and it just became my goal to help them, whatever that meant for them, because for every single postpartum mama, it's different. So I tried to make sure I had resources for them and, things that we could do to help get them through like some of this anxiety, because a lot of women don't want to depend on antidepressants because they are breastfeeding. And then you have to worry about, all of that. So it was an aha moment for me once I went back to work, and I was like, wait a minute, Deana, you were treating these women, not treating them bad, but you were treating these women in the traditional medicine realm like you were almost being treated. This is not okay. Like, we got to revamp this.
And how much did nutrition and healthy living and eating, how much of a role in you realizing that something is not right and you actually becoming better at it and sharing this? How important was the nutrition part?
The nutrition is very important. If you don't have the nutrition right, nothing else matters. And I firmly believe that. I think there are plenty of things that play into, I think it's nutrition and exercise and mindset and sleep and so many different things. But if you're putting crap in your body, the rest of those things just don't matter. I mean, I think every little change helps, but you're not going to get the true benefit of those other things if you're filling your body full of foods that are just causing inflammation in your body.